Hello everybody, today we're gonna mix something by our good patron and friend Gary Thompson, who did a cover of Elo, and I wanna use this as a starting point because otherwise it's gonna take too much time. Good, let's do this. Okay, so LTV, let's listen to this guy. Who's Gary?
Midnight
Okay.
on the water,
Okay.
I saw the ocean's daughter
It is brutal by itself, but I guarantee you this is good.
walking on a wave. She came,
Right.
staring as she called my name, and I can't get it out of my head.
Okay, so what I'm hearing here is it could be improved a little bit. In this part where the chorus kind of starts, like where it's kind of building it up, I hear a little bit of a wool thing that I might just want to address right off the bat. Okay, so to do this, like forgiveness 0. We soothe it. We sue it, which is this.
Staring as she called my name, and I can't get it out of my head.
There's a little bit of clicks, which, you know what, I'm not even caring, but I want to get these a little bit taken away.
Staring as she called my name, and I can't get it out of my head.
It is already much better for some reason, because it's just taking the little bit of a wool out. Now, we know the song. Maybe you don't know the song. We know the song. We know kind of the vibe of it. It is more going to be about effects and things that, you know, vibe. But can I say something? What I would do right off the bat, we have to kind of think about the original and the vibe of it. And now I cannot decide dynamics, but I'm telling you, this is pool tech stuff. Were you thinking pool tech? That is just like, I want these vocals to be brighter, like there. So I'm probably gonna go 8, broad, and just kind of punch it.
Staring as she called my name, and I can't get it out of my head. I can't get it out of my head.
Even 9.
My old world is gone for dead.
I think like I want that. I want that brightness to be there from the very start. And that's pretty much it. So we got no other comparison. I don't know if we want to kind of Fairchild this right off. Do we do it? Do we have a 660 of sorts? We do. Okay, we Fairchild it. Now, it would be a 670 thing, but he's a male voice, so, you know, I'm gonna do this. Let's try that.
Walking on a wave, she came.
Oh, that's low. Okay. I was expecting the threshold to kind of work at, 5. No problemo.
Walking on a wave, she came. Staring as she called my name, and I can't get it out of my head.
Nice.
I can't get it out of my head. My old world is gone for dead.
The stream froze. No, it didn't froze. Didn't freeze. Right? Like, what? Like, are we there? Like, this is before and after, okay? I'm gonna go Pool Tech Fairchild. I am not inventing anything. This is like history of vocal recording around the era this was all done.
Walking on a wave, she came. Staring as she called my name, and I can't get it out of my head.
It's just more stable And there's also the lower parts are very, very, very kind of tangible. It's no longer sinking down. This is going to help us so much because of the buoyancy it's going to give us. So number one is done. Now, number two is this is dry as a bone. And I want it to go straight up into something that works. You know what? I have an effects 7 here. I want to go at least 140. And unfortunately, like there is no way. This is already too much UAD. But, you know, it is what it is. It's this thing here. There's no other way. And I'm telling you, we're going to do a 250 as well. Or maybe a 224. We're going to do it. Duplicate this. I want these to be there. And I want the probably a dimension D. So let's do 224. Well, it's an effect track though. So 224 lexicon. Let's call these 224. It's gonna go to all effects, as far as I remember, and it's gonna be created outside of a folder. It's okay. That doesn't matter. Go here. So we have these two, and I said I want a dimension D anyway. Let's do a dimension D anyway. What is it called in? It's called roll on dimension. Really, it's got that. So dim D. Okay, so check that our effects are going the right way. They're going the right way. They're all to all effects. We solo exempt them. And now we have this. And I want to start working with the vocals in the effects land right off the bat. So we're going to go 140. We're going to go 224. We do need some tape echo as well. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to do it. Do we keep it in the UAD land? Probably. No. Yes. What could we do? Man, we could do we got so much stuff. For vocals, let's do it this way. For keyboards, I'm going another way around. I'm gonna do the Galaxy Tape Echo. No, we need the 34. Okay, 34. It's a little bit risky because I tend to overcook, not really overcook, but kind of to get the vocals to blend into themselves, but I think it's going to work. So what I'm going to do is go minus infinite for all of them. That's how I like to do it, and turn them all on. And then we're going to take the 40 because I think it's the most important thing here to do. Really, like I want to shape a little bit of the aura without, I mean, I know the song, but I want to make something a little bit prepared so that we drop drums in and we got a vibe already.
Walking on a wave she came, staring as she called my name, and I can't get it out of my head. I can't get it out of my head. My old world is gone for dead.
I'm undecided, like B feels really right here, but A has kind of a vibe of its own. So, but I feel it's risky to go A. For some reason, it's a little bit too moody. Somehow. I'm gonna go B. Feeling safer. Let me try and pre-delay this.
Walking on a wave she came.
Okay.
Staring as she called my name, and I can't get it out of my head.
Let's see here, shorter.
I can't get it out of my head. My old world is gone for dead, and I can't get it out of my head.
Okay, now short reverbs I do very hardly without knowing context. So that longer one that we kept on B kind of sounded fine to me, and shorter feels weird. But, you know. Marco says, where do you actually send the effect retards do they go to the vocal bus, or do you create a bus for all effect returns and send them to the mix bus? That's a very good question. So there's actually no rule. It's like, stop it with there's no rule. There has to be a rule somewhere. Well, there's like right now, all of my effects that I just created are going to all effects. Okay. So there's a bus called all effects that we, for some reason, we I hid it from you. Hold on. It's right here. Where's the visibility thing? Here. So our buses and mix bus. Here we go. These dudes right here. There's a bus called all effects. And this bus has in this case, in the case of my own music, usually has some kind of high passing. Because I tend to have very, very dark, moody reverbs. Maybe here we don't really need it, but we're going to compensate for it anyway. So for me, it's kind of a starter thing. And then we put bloom on it, like a standard setting. And then we put Pro C2 because our kick is going to trigger that maybe. Okay, so I usually have that, and I should have it in bypass because we don't know. We're still going through various things like our API 2500. I don't know if I'm going to use the channelers here. Sometimes, however, there's other effects actually. The amethyst, the mecha, the stage that are for the orchestral parts. And they are creating such a sound for the orchestral things that it seems like it was recorded in them. At that point, I usually send them to the dedicated bus because then I want to process it together. But it's a very, very good question because there's a very subtle difference between sending it to the instrument bus, in the case of the orchestral instruments, or sending it to the all effects. So the vocal effects, to me, sound really like the producer used reverb on the vocal. When somebody sings, they don't do that. And the ambience in which it was recorded, it's not really that played sound. This is more all effects. While the orchestral reverbs that I created were to help the strings feel as if they had been recorded in a more organic space. So after that, I want to forget about it and say, this is how they tracked the strings. Because if you then compress the strings along with the reverb you've created as ambience, it does sound better. As to where you might say, well, what if you do it with the vocals? I don't know. No, not that much. But you could. So there's no rule, but there's rules. Usually that's how I do it. Also, all of my effects go to the all effects. They're all blended together, high-passed, and then I print them as a stem so that I have kind of a drier thing. But again, if it's an effect that really shapes the section, it's not going to go to all effects. And believe it or not, this was actually the answer. Was I expecting that? No. Did I get that question already? Yes. Because it's like, wait, why is that going there? Why is that other thing going somewhere else? You're welcome. So this is our effect. We got this. I like the 224 here, absolutely out of context. But the 140 sounds where it's going to be. Let's try the 224. And you know what? I'm going to go. There's so much here. Small hole, room. You know what? I'm going to try vocal plate. No, I'm going to go for small hole. Let's try this. 2.4 seconds. Okay, that's kind of a hole. All right, ready? So we got bass, mid, reverb time. We got the crossover. We got the treble decay. We got the depth and pre-delay. I remember we can use the rear outs. This is really a fantastic plugin. Let's try that.
Walking on a wave she came.
It's already magic.
Staring as she called my name. And I can't get it out of my head. I can't get it out of my head. My old world is gone for dead.
Let's try room.
And I can't get it out of my head.
I think I like these even better.
Break down.
Rear outs. Same passage here.
Staring as she called my name. And I can't get it out of my head. can't get it out of my head.
Here without the 224, now it's
My
weird.
whole world is gone for dead.
I like this. Now we got no context, but it has to work. It has to work somehow. Let's try the DMD. We can always adjust it, but I want the ballpark for the vocals before we get to it, right? So dimension D, you never know where you end up with this one. Also, it's not like 100% true to the original, but I really like it anyway. I actually sometimes like it a little bit better.
Staring as she called my name, and I can't get it out of my head. I can't get it out of my head.
I liked too.
My whole world is gone for dead, and I can't get it out of my head.
You hear, we don't perceive it as chorusing, but I want that Alan Parsons kind of vibe here, which I don't know if if it's kind of reminiscent of the song itself, but I want that. I want to create this woolly effect. Now I like this. Let's go over the 24, because now we get kind of like the long delay, like the sustaining delay. Then maybe we're going to do some little bit of adding things around. I want to space it with the space echo and things, but let's try this.
Staring as she called my name, and I can't get it out of my head.
Is this working? Is this working?
Staring as she called my...
No, 34 is like, there's no way this thing would have not exploded. Let me go back to default. Like this thing, you hear it when it's working. So it's like there's something out here they were not hearing.
Staring as she called my name, and I can't get it out of my head. I can't get it out of my head. My whole world is gone for dead, and I can't get it out of my head.
I like this.
Break down on the shoreline.
Okay, I'm starting to really like this. Why?
Can't move. It's an ebb tide.
Right, okay. Do we do it? Do we keep this?
Morning don't get here till night.
Okay, a bit longer is better.
Searching for her silver light, and I can't get it out of my head.
Without?
No, I can't get it out of my head.
I can't hear it. No. It's going. Okay, so now we have it. Sort of. I don't even know. Do we? I don't know. But it's just like, where did we start? We started here.
Staring as she called my name, and I can't get it out of my head.
Now we're here.
I can't get it out of my head.
I'm good. Now, in such a limited setup with the how sort of like, dynamic and flexible digital in the box is, we could devise a bus for the vocal effects. Okay? Do we do it? We do it. So we take the old effects, we like that, but why pave ourselves in a corner with having a bus that has the effects when we can easily say, you know what? Take this. I can even do it from here, I'm thinking. Take this bus, duplicate it, and we call it all LDV effects, or all effects LDV, whatever. Just always taking care that that's the case, okay? So we have that. It's a different channel. We take the 4 effects we've called, and we send it to all LDV effects. Easy peasy. Now, obviously, nothing's worked because why hasn't it? Oh, it has. See? But it's hard to see because of my naming. So we're going to call it L effects. I want it to be visible from that tiny little mixer thing. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Okay? And you can see this better if I move myself around here, and you can see it right here, right? In the mixer. I'm going to show you right here. There's an all effects and there's an all L effects, okay? And I want to be able to see it from the small mixer. Now, things like these are very, very important, believe me. They will make or break stuff, especially if you have a ton of tracks, which is not really the case now. Why do we do this? Because now, if we say, well, this is nice, but we want to compress it slightly, or we want to EQ it slightly, we can take an EQ to this thing. Say, for example, there's a little bit, maybe later on the 5K, we can put a channel strip on it, or we can do this.
Staring as she called my name, and I can't get it out of my head. I can't get it out of my head.
These moves are completely, I wouldn't say useless now, but they're risky. You're basing these on what? Or no context, right? But now we have a dedicated bus. So if we're in trouble because of the effects, but we like the combo, we work on the L effects, which we just made up in this episode. Isn't that nice? Okay, so now we go to the drums. And I just want to hear the drums as they are. I haven't done channel strips, I haven't done other stuff. So kick, snare, RM. What is RM? Room. Oh, this is room. It just came to me. Is it room? It is room, right?
Walking on a wave, she came.
It is room. Okay, awesome. So hear the difference now? You hear how it's the opposite? Isn't this fun? This is making the stream worth watching for sure. Now, instead of having the instruments work, and the vocals, when you turn them on, are like, oh gosh, this is never gonna work because the vocals are not as powerful as the mix I've created for 2 weeks. It's actually the opposite. The lead singer, the star, is grabbing everybody and pulling them up and say, like, you gotta be at my level if you wanna play with me and be on the gig, on tour, okay? So the drums might not be that good instead of the vocals not being that good. We're designing everything around the vocals. I like this system for songs that are very, very, very singer-centric somehow because you have less surprises. But I guarantee you, yes, it does feel weird a little bit. So let's try kick.
Walking on a wave, she came.
This is already giving me more hope, right? Because it's like, okay, I can hear that. Nice. So let's keep going. I'm going to go snare.
Walking on a wave, she came. Staring as she called my name. And I can't get it out of my head.
This is a little bit rushed, but maybe with the synths, it makes sense. I think he's played it. Okay, so we need to build these. We need a lot more effects, right? But it's sounding even too much. There's no room for it. There's no ambience. So I'm thinking like the whole kit. Do we do this? We try that? The whole kit could go to a specific kind of effect. And Orion here and the CLA, these are probably gonna be a little bit too much. There's no ambience, there's nothing in them. We could design something that goes straight to the core of ambience. So, couple things we could do. Let me just hear it. Actually, I had a second thought. You're gonna hate me for doing this. Let's go second chorus right here.
Bank job in the city. Robin Hood and William Tell and Ivanhoe and Lancelot.
Okay, so we have a system. Let me design something that works for this. What did we do? We had a clear mountain drums. Why don't we try that? We had it. So let's send all of these folks to the clear mountain and see where we are. Like, I'm gonna go unity gain on this guy. And I want to design a reverb that just does it, okay? Let's try that. Fully wet, we're just integrating it. I don't really know we need a parallel for now. I'm thinking we actually needed something that is more on top of it all. But let's try this. Okay, well, that's a lot. Who do we have here? Let's start fresh.
Bank job in the city. Robin Hood and William Tell and Ivanhoe and Lancelot.
Okay, not
They
bad.
don't envy me. Sitting till the sun goes down.
Okay, I like this idea, but it's actually what I'm thinking is we should have it straight on the actual bass. You hear how the thickness of the real drums is just waking us up. I need a lot more vibe. So let's try that again here. Let's try 50-50 for starters.
Bank job in the city. Robin Hood and William Tell and Ivanhoe and Lancelot. They don't envy me. Sitting till the sun goes down.
Okay. I like these better. And I can tell you what, we can use the EQ.
Bank job in the city. Robin.
Okay, this is hard because I like those frequencies, but why do I like those frequencies? Why do I like to bump them? And it's exposing the reverb. Because what we're having is the snare could be brighter. And so I'm adding them, but I already know this is dangerous. I don't want to do that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the kick and snare. We're going to try our 2016 trick for the both of them. So let's go kick top and snare bottom. Don't laugh. And let's try this. I want the shortest decay. Position, I usually try, and I would just play with the mix, okay? And then we see where it goes. No pre-delay.
Bank job in the city. Robin Hood and William Tell and Ivanhoe and Lancelot. They don't envy me.
Okay? It's insane what this does. Let's try bypass without and with. And I'm kind of polluting the drums, but I like this. It's giving it a little bit less of a sample kind of thing.
Bank job in the city. Robin Hood and William Tell and Ivanhoe and Lancelot.
I had it in bypass. Okay. Let's try this again. Because I'm thinking rear position could be worth trying. Let me just try the kick and then we're just going to engage this. You hear that tail? This is what I wanted, but now I'm going to move the position down and we're going to find the right amount of oomph. This. Let's try the snare as well. Same trick. We go 100%. We then find the position. We move the position to the rear. This is how I'm trying to backtrack my brain. I move the position fairly to the rear and I try a mix position where I can kind of hear that slap. And then I move the position to where I kind of feel it's extending the instrument.
Bank job in the
This is actually unbelievably good. Okay, now without and with.
bank job in the city.
This might take you, I know what it happened to me. It might take us 100 hours to get with 3,000 different processors. And it's right placing the kit where we want it. It's unbelievable. I'm going to keep things where they are. I know the toms are going to pop up and be horrible, but I want to live with that. I want to set the compressor here because I know this is actually something that we got to do. But I want to use this first. Just get a hint of compression.
Bank job in the city. Robin Hood and William Tell and Ivanhoe and Lancelot. They don't envy me. Sitting till the sun goes down. In dreams the world keeps spinning round and round.
Okay, I'm going to keep it. I like where that sits. I might even go a little bit less on the mix. I'm going to keep that in mind. But the good thing is that it was carving the transient too much for the snare. But now we know that if we feel our drums are too forward, that is the thing we are going to use. Now, I'm not sure I'm going to use Orion here, though. And I'm not even sure at the moment I want to use any sort of like compression on or channels like SSL, all that stuff. But you know what I would use instead of Orion? A 660 again. No, it's not again, actually. This. Let's try that. Just to vibe these up.
Bank job in the city. Robin Hood and William Tell and Ivanhoe and Lancelot. They don't envy me.
Have you heard that hit? The snare, when I bypassed it, it went like floop, all sideways. It almost like the drummer hadn't hit the snare exactly as we felt it had done up until that time. Man, this. Unbelievable. And I'm going to tell you, we're going to add bass right on, okay? Bass. Right? It's like, where are you? Now, this is kind of a challenge. Is it really low or is it just not? Okay, so now how do we amp these up? Do we orange clip it? We're going to orange clip it. Just to get the level up. This guy is always here.
Bank job in the city.
So now we have a problem. Why is this so loud now?
Bank job in the city. Robin Hood and William Tell and Ivanhoe and Lancelot. They don't envy me. Sitting till the sun goes down.
Okay, I'm going to keep it here. Now, it's an assistant job. I would probably stabilize some of these and kind of follow it. And I'm going to also probably Pro MB it right off the bat. I could even do it before Orange Clip, to be honest with you. And stabilize these before. Do we try that? Let's try that. because it's not as stable as I wanted. The sooner we get it right, the better it is. Let's try first chorus. First section.
Walking on a wave, she came, staring as she called my name, and I can't get it out of my head. I can't get it out of my head. My old world is gone for dead, and I can't get it out of my head. Breakdown on the shoreline.
Hear that resonance? That we got addressed, but I'm gonna do still before Orange Clip, I'm gonna do it with Pro Q. Let's try and find where that sits, and we're gonna dynamically kind of take it down, or maybe even carve it all along.
Walking on a wave, she came, staring as she called my name, and I can't get it out of my head. I can't get it out of my head. My old world is gone for dead, and I can't get it out of my head. Breakdown.
We can see them, right? It's like so easy. Unbelievable. We can do even two of them. Hold on.
Walking on a wave, she came, staring as she called my name.
I love how deep that is, and I know that this is really, really pushing up, but it is what it is. I like this. Now, how about kind of stabilizing this? Let's do a Teletronic kind of thing. Let me try a gray. Von Artist says, just found your Nashville slap video, loved it. Thank you, Von Artist. Welcome, actually. Very first time here. I kind of remember the nicknames. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Thursday Mixdown. You found my Nashville slap video. Nice. Glad you like it. It's, again, something, I was there seeing when it happened, and I was like, I gotta remember this, so passing it along to you. Hope it works. You heard it. It really does. Like, it's that little bit of that thing. Actually, you know what? We should do it here somehow, like a very, very, very short delayed slap, like kind of in another style. Let me see if I can stabilize this bass, because I want to kind of get it to be bold. Definitely gonna milk it. Yeah, do. Absolutely. That's why I'm sharing this. And, when you've done, let me know so you can hear stuff and, and hear how I did.
Walking on a wave, she came, staring as she called my name, and I can't get it out of my head.
Now, you might say, okay, why are the higher notes weaker than the lower notes? Because this instrument is called bass. And I couldn't keep my face straight. Why are the higher notes weaker than that? Well, actually, bass does that. And there's better bass at doing that, worse basses at doing that, it depends. But if it goes that high, we probably don't want it to be as powerful as the lows, because it's not sustaining the rhythm section anymore. It's actually sitting up to prepare or phrasing before it lands down again. So it is okay to kind of have a difference a little bit. And ultimately, you will do this with automation. You knew I was going to say this, and unfortunately, I'm going to say it. It is the most boring thing sometimes to do in the box. I guarantee you that with controlled surfaces, it is very fun, but it is kind of boring. I know that. But dude, it's just like to get the final touch there is fine. So before it was a lot of problems. Now I'm kind of hearing it right, and I'm okay with that. So what I want to do is I want to dial in and an ADR 102 talking about distortion. Okay, they put it into the distortion. We're gonna use these on bass. This is something I've learned from a Danish sound engineer in a mate that I've worked with. Like I recorded stuff he mixed from some important bands in Denmark of Danish origins. And when I got his session that we had to track more stuff on, bass was fit with the 102. And I was like, dude, what? And man, I mean, he's better than I am on doing this, but I'm going to try and just share what I know. The trick is just kind of finding the grit of it. It's going to feel a little bit ampy, but it's just going to give it that vintage kind of vibe, and it's going to carry much better.
Walking on.
And you hate me for stopping the music now. Have you heard it? Like if we were here chilling, have you heard it? I'm just going to bypass it and press play, give it that same amount of seconds, and just feel the song, okay? Feel how the bass is now. Is it supporting the song, or is it just a track placed on top, okay? Without.
Walking on.
With.
Walking on a way.
Do you say, well, it's louder? No, it's the harmonic content. It is also a little bit louder, but it's the harmonic content of how this feels. You know what I'm going to do to it? Absolutely nothing more. I'm just going to lower the record button here. Maybe a little, maybe not. I don't even know.
Walking on a wave, she came, staring as she called my.
I'm just going to do one last thing, which is I'm going to call a retro EQ, and I'm just going to dial. If you don't have these bundled by Mac DSP, man, I'm just going to dial the filter here and keep these at hand in case we want to kind of fiddle with the bass afterwards. Now we have no reference, so it's okay, but.
Walking on a wave, she came, staring.
That first note is really going to give me where I want it to sit on the sub. Now, I got to be honest with you, I wanted to push tons of sub, but.
Walking on a wave.
I don't know if you can hear it through YouTube, your system's headphones, but 48 is killing it. Let me go down a little bit.
Walking on.
Man, it's getting killed. Let me try 42.
Walking on a wave.
It's stable. It's stable, but it's not as it was before. It was really giving that a meaning.
Walking on.
All right, I still don't hear it. We're cutting it. Adam audio speakers, people. I can hear it. Thank you, Adam.
Walking on.
Almost, but not there.
Walking on a wave.
Okay, now I'm gonna go up. Let's try 34. It's okay if you want to type numbers. I usually do, but let's try this.
Walking on a wave, she came.
Okay, I'm gonna try 35.
Walking on a wave, she came.
This. Now, obviously, who knows? Maybe 35.2 is better. I don't care. It's gonna go 35. The difference is massive. I know I've got massive bass. I don't care. I like that. It's gonna work that way. Man, we're going to what? Do we want to do parallel bass? Do we want to amplify the bass? Yes. Let's do this. I have the perfect pedal for it. I'm saying pedal because it's gonna be there. Add effect track. No, nothing, because we're gonna use it all effects, and we call these bass dist. Now, Safari pedals supported our stream and gave us all the plugins. Can you believe that? So I tried some of them, not all of them. Gotta be honest with you, I didn't. But there's so much stuff I cannot, like, there's no way you can do that. But I want to. Do we go Silver Llama amp or do we go Twin Panda amp? We're gonna go Gorilla Drive. Because I've tried these. I think it was Gorilla. Let's try that. Tone, bypass, look at that. I couldn't even see the knob at first. Let's try this, and let's try and send our bass to this. Now, I don't want to kind of change this, but I want to use it as a send. So I'm going to go unity gain and we're going to bump it up.
Walking on a wave, she came, staring as she called my name, and I can't get it out of my head. I can't get it out of my head. My old world is gone for dead, and I can't get it out of my head.
You hear it? It's just a little bit of grit. I kind of like this. It's kind of giving me that amp vibe, but it's remaining. It's being sent after we've done all of these. So it's kind of giving me that nice vibe. All right. So what do we have here? Why is this channel so big? Come back to life here. I just want to have it so that I can see the waveforms. That's okay. Wow. Okay. So we got piano, people. My instrument scares the heck out of me to mix it though. So let's look at the keyboards. In that limited amount of space we have. Actually, these we can hide, go a little bit lower. Okay. So look, we have, can we make these a little bit? Yeah. Well, it's so crammed. I need 3 more monitors. Do we agree on here? So we have these, we have the vocals. Orchestral stuff's not really playing. You see here, piano is really what it's all about. So this is why this would scare the heck out of me to mix it. Look at the tracks. There's vocals and there's piano. So the problem is, I'm gonna tell you, the mistake we're gonna make, I made it so many times, is we're gonna mix it vocals, piano, we're gonna get a beautiful piano sound, and then it's gonna be horrible in the verses with the instruments. The other way around, we're gonna mix it with the instruments, it's gonna sound awful here. But I'm super scared. I don't know what to do. Let's try and get it less personal and try and get it in the, man, I should really go piano and vocals. Because that's the intro. That's so important. I am scared. I'm gonna close the stream here. So let's hear what it does. Okay, piano intro. Let's start actually from piano intro a little bit before into the verse. I don't want to overtight myself. This is, I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared.
Midnight on the water, I saw the ocean's daughter.
Okay, scary. If you're here, please send some support. Send some hearts and stuff. Okay. The good thing that I want to concentrate on. Do you hear how the work we've done on the vocals that was completely out of context is really kind of helping us? It's like the singer's like, don't worry, man. I mean, I have it. I'm the singer and I have it. So just follow me and play, you know? The piano is very nice in terms of how it's feeling things, but it's very, very, it's dry and it's got tons of like wonky, like low mids as they should have. So this is a very good thing. I really enjoy using the UAD Avalon channel strip on piano. Okay, that's a good thing. I could use that. That's a great idea because the compressor might work on that. You know what we're going to do? We're going to take the third insert and we're going to go Fox Echo Chorus. Okay. Is this guy? Yeah. Oh, wow. Hear the noise this guy has. Okay. So we're going to go no noise. Otherwise, the artist, Gary, is going to complain. And we're going to try and make these very spacey. But for now, I'm going to try and concentrate on the piano alone, okay? Are we kind of, why is he doing that? Are we like over the CPU or something? It can't be true. Okay, I'm getting there though. Well, this is what I want to have, but I don't. Oh, I only have the direct. Wait, what? Oh, blend. Sorry. Okay, I'm here. I'm so nervous about mixing this piano. Freaking out. This is the most amazing stream we've ever done, people. So, have you heard it? Like, let's try without and with. You hear what this nice Fox Echo chorus is doing? It's creating that note. It's creating that thing. It's floating. It's like a choir. This is beautiful. This is right. Marco says very nice. I'm gaining strength myself. It's moodier. It's back. It's just, you know, right? So I could actually put something before here, like a Pro MB, to tame some of the low mids, and then also to hear how the vocals are interacting. Marco says now it has a felt piano touch, right? Exactly. It's somehow it's modern because lately it's been used a lot. That kind of like a dampened piano feeling type, right? Now this is still Safari pedals. Thank you very much for giving that to us. You saved us from the piano is perfectly fine. Gary just sent me the tracks and he mixed them. And I heard his mix, it works, you know, but these are the raw tracks and they're very, very raw. So it's just like, here you go, piano. The Fox Echo Chorus completely created this vibe. And I love these Fox Echo. And I haven't tried all of their plugins, but this is really, really cool. Now, I know two things. The low mids, I can get them to be controlled more. And then when the vocals will kick in, maybe we will have some aura into the lead vocals, and I don't want it to be contrasting, although I feel it's gonna be distant enough, but let's try that. So I'm gonna solo here. This area here, right? So I want to probably kind of extend the release. I find that this is always so fast. Less ratio, maybe kind of a fast attack. Right, so now I like this. It's stabilizing itself. I know there's that other part there. I'm gonna keep going because I think, you know, it's okay. We have that resonance that I like, but it's getting a little bit over, like a little bit too much. You know, this could be a great trick. We're gonna do a Pro MB afterwards and just gonna tame that part after the effect. The combo of this is gonna give us a piano that is gonna make the record, and that's a huge statement. See here, it's not compressing the blue part. And that's okay, because it means there's no need, that's okay. We're gonna risk it with like a very narrow area. I don't think it's gonna work, but let's try. The right one is post, obviously. And then we're gonna do this, okay? And maybe we're gonna make it dynamic. Right? I like this a lot. And also we could do this. It's so compression piano is one of the most difficult things in my opinion. I can quickly sound unnatural, says Mark, and he's right. You know what piano is to me? There's not one time that I could take a habit of mixing and put it on piano. And maybe it's because it's my instrument that I get so obsessed with it. I love to play it in studios. I hate to mix it all the time, like I guarantee you. Especially if somebody else played it and recorded it. I hate to mix it because I hear the instrument at hands more than as a sound engineer. The other instruments I have a better time at. So I can guarantee you if there is one instrument, and this can again be the roots of where I come from. If there's one instrument that I have never been able to mix through a habit, like saying, you know what, this is a trick I've done the other time. I know what to do. Let's do this from that song. There's never been one time. I need to address it by listening to it and kind of, hearing it in context. And you could say, well, this is true for every instrument. To me, that's not true. Sometimes vocals, guitars, I hear the cliche, the style, and I go, okay. But piano in songs, unless you have a trio or a quartet, you have a jazz situation or a big band, that it's okay. But in rock and pop music, there's no telling. Somebody comes to you and gives you a rock piano in the style of, I don't know, early David Bowie. You're done if you do, I don't know, Coldplay piano. It is so weird and it is so contextual. So this works. Now what I want to do is I want to offset the mid versus the side of it, But I also think, what a very, very nice thing could be here on this piano? Again, a Fairchild. I know an LA3 would work, but this is not really about compression. It's more about tone. Let's try this. With the auto, maybe 5 or 6 actually. It's floating so nicely, and I'm gonna go where nobody's gone before. Are you ready? We're going to unlink the side chains and the controls, and we're going to go mid-side, okay? And we're gonna compress the mid a tiny little bit more. Maybe not this much, but with the vocals, it will make sense. Trust me. Let's try this. Maybe. Because now it feels like we're going out of phase because there's a little bit too much, but let's try this. I guarantee you it will work.
Midnight on the water, I saw the ocean's daughter walking on a wave. She came staring as she called my name, and I can't get it out of my...
Okay? Isn't it beautiful? Like, isn't it insane how the left-right just placed the piano around Gary? There's no reason why it should be like completely open. It's insane. It's insane. I want to go again where nobody's gone before, and I want to try and get the you know what though? No, wait. I have it. It's not about the RS, although that would be amazing. It is about the 1084. It is about this guy. How could I miss this? I'm glad I remembered. Okay, ready? We go again. We need the vocals to sing, and then we'll kind of define this.
Midnight on the water, I saw the ocean's daughter.
It's unbelievable. Why isn't it? It almost sounds like it's not doing anything, but it. Is it on the right track? This is unbelievable. Wait, why isn't it? Because the EQ is off. Oh, resources. Oh, that's why he did that. No. We can't use it because my resources are gonna die. Okay. V4. How it's called? EQ4? VQ4. I guarantee you this is gonna be a blast anyway. Okay? And this is my first studio purchase plugins was this. Are you ready? Let's go. This is also this is it. This is also it. Don't worry. The other one felt more poetic because it looked really naive, but this is also good. Okay, I need the vocals and I had it in mute. Okay, let's go. The highs I like, but the low mids and mids I was like, okay, let's wait for the vocals. Nothing came.
Midnight on the water, I saw the ocean's daughter walking on a wave. She came staring as she called my name, and I can't get it out.
Okay, have you heard how the first part was why do I close the plugins on you all the time? I'm fired. The 4.7 was beautiful, then the voicing went up. It's wrong, and that's why I hate piano mixing so much. So it's a nice thing to pump the 4.7K, but then when the second part of the verse comes in, Gary's getting obliterated by the 4.7 on the piano. So you cannot take that bump and do it sometimes. You got to say, okay, well, that's not going to work. So I'd rather have the 5.6 sacrificed so that the 4.7 to our ear feels a little bit more prominent without touching it, just because of the contrast taking the 5.6 away. But also, we hide the high part from the consonants of the vocals, so I hear the lead better, okay? I would like to have kind of a delay here, like a little bit more, maybe like a very long delay, but I think maybe it is too much, maybe because there's a lot more things here. So there's the orchestral part. Okay, so let's try this. There's piano intro. Let's try that. maybe piano intro can be mixed exactly the same way. So the Fairchild can go on all keys. Okay, we should make a bus for this. The all keys should get duplicated. This is so important that we gotta do this, all piano, because we gotta save resources as well. So we take these and we move it to all piano right here. We take orange clip out, we don't need it. And we take the VQ and we move it after the Fairchild. And now we got these. We can dial in something else. We send these to all piano. See how I'm thinking about resource usage and the UAD plugins? This is because we've put the 102 on bass. It's destroying our our UAD because of that 102. So I would actually print that as it is and kind of bypass it. But we got to live with that. It's okay. It actually brought us to VEQ4, which is one of the best Waves old plugins ever. So this is going to sound exactly the same, but now we have the Fairchild and the VQ always there. I can duplicate these on the intro piano because I'm thinking, I hope it's not going to be that different. Right? It seems to work. It needs maybe a little bit less.
Midnight.
Right? You hear how we go through this and it actually sounds like it's the same piano. But if we solo without vocals, it's going to sound like the piano goes boop. You know, maybe not, but it's just an EQ before everything else. And I think it works and I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to go to the orchestral intro. I'm curious to hear the strings. We kind of have it. We got through this. It's unbelievable. Okay, so this is plenty artificial. I'm gonna go where nobody's gone before. I'm just gonna go altiverb on the strings. I feel bold now because we mixed piano. I think we have it. We can only downsize it to the parts where the drums are in, but we don't need to upsize it when the vocals are alone, which would be, in my opinion, a lot more challenging for sure. So scoring and studios. Here's what we're gonna pick. We're gonna pick. Is it here or is it? Oh no, maybe it's in East-West Spaces. Okay, it's impossible. I thought it was here. We could take Hansa. Let's take Hansa. Come on. Berlin Heritage right here. Let's try this. Hear the difference of this? Okay, I like this already. Let's keep this 100% as if it were recorded there. And then we go BX Digital, V3. And we mix the mid and side differently. That's why I want to use this plugin here. I know you have it. So let me solo. Let me actually take the stereo width to mono, while actually vocals aren't singing, so that's okay. But this is to design the reverb. Okay, I like these already. Let me go 100% now. Solo the side. We could even go solo on the side, but no. Why do I hate these though? Oh, okay. It's working to what extent though? Let me Pro MB this before. Doesn't feel like the raw was unstable though. But maybe this needs to go after the Altivariable. Let's try that.
Midnight.
Okay, we need a little bit of a tail though. That could be automation or a delay. Let me do this band as well. Okay, now let me do maybe a tiny little bit than 100% wet. Yeah, I like these more, but I'm gonna delay something here. What do we use for delay? Let's use a pedal, actually. Let's use something from Safari. I know, this is like, why would you do that? Yak delay. Yo, let's try this. Repeats, drive, ping pong, time, random, low pass, high pass. Okay, I can do this. Wow, okay. But you know what? It's actually nice. Okay, not this much blend. That's also very psychedelic. That's not exactly what we want to do. Let's try that. Okay, well, this could actually work. Well, without automating this, I like it because the highs keep staying a little bit and it kind of hides the attack of how the whole intention on the thing. Okay, we don't have anything else. Let me see how it works with the drums and bass here because our piano floats right here. Okay. Wait, but we miss instruments here. But it worked. What? No, I was sure it would work. Of course. Right? Of course. Let's try this pad here, the Juno. Of course it had to be that thing. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take the same Pro MB of the piano, and I'm gonna take the same chorus. This sounds so good. Thank you, Marco. Marco said, this sounds so good. Does it feel, I guarantee you, Gary's mix follows kind of the same thing in like it pumps through. Like, isn't it amazing that these are kind of like, you know, samples and very dry stuff? How direct that is. I'm not trying to fight it. And Gary did kind of the same thing. He didn't try to fight it. It just like, okay, these are like nice old school vintage samples or not, you know, but let's go. And I agree, this is a great move. This works. Why does it work? Because back in the days, they had one effect sometimes. They had to pass things through all of them, right? So this works. This works. And we could reinvent the wheel. Maybe I can put an oxide here and see how these Junos do. Man, I knew this would work. You heard it? It's no longer real. It's no longer a sample library. I'm gonna take this oxide. I'm gonna drop it on on the keys bus. Man. You know what? I'm gonna keep it here. I'm just gonna keep going. Pad Juno 2.
Walking on a wave, she came.
Okay, that's the one before. Okay, what is this though? Okay, we do the same thing. We work it as if we were part of the piano. And these as well, but like less bland. This plugin's really good. Now, you know, I'm not taking any money from them. They just wanted to sponsor us. They did. I absolutely love these. They're doing educational discounts if you want to buy it through my Patreon. But this is the end of the advertisement. I don't care what you do. But you hear it? This is placing the sounds so right in space. And it used to do, you know, once it's dialed in, it's effortless. It's really nice. Let's try this. Let me try just and give it a little bit less mid content. What can I do to this? No, I don't want to do anything. We keep it like this. Okay, maybe here we need to fix this. Okay, just follow me.
Walking on a wave, she came. Staring as she called my name. And I can't get.
Okay, we need these like super stable synths. Don't fear this kind of processing.
Walking on a wave, she came. Staring as she called my name.
I'm like, we need more of these.
Walking on a wave, she came. Staring as she called my name.
Okay, strings. I'm having fun now.
Walking on a wave, she came. Staring as she.
I'm dropping altiverbs like there's no tomorrow. Let's try this with the yak delay as well.
Walking on a wave, she came. Staring as she called my name. And I can't get it out.
Okay. Hear me out. We're doing this. We're taking the. I don't know what I want to do. No, I know exactly what I want to do. It's just like we're taking this. We're taking the Zener, and we're doing a Zener here on these strings. If I nail it, something I heard when they were doing The Voice of Germany, this is gonna be awesome. Thank you for showing it to me. I made coffee for them though.
Walking on a wave, she came. Staring as she called my name.
Man, I'm nailing all the moves right here. Am I or not? Like, are we freaking out, or this is it? This is really it. Man, let's try it without and with. This is also luck. It's just like feeling it. I don't know. It's Gary's takes.
Walking on a wave, she came. Staring as she called my name. And I can't get it.
No, it was actually nicer like this. Not in mid side. And now I got undo and I cannot undo. Yeah, I can undo. Haha, here we go. Ciao. Man, this thing sounds so good. Let's try and keep going. There's also low strings verse feel.
Walking on a wave, she came. Staring as she called my name.
Okay. We don't freak out. We do the same stuff. It would be easy to just build the bass of these, but because we don't know. Okay, this one I'm not gonna chandlerize, but I'm gonna chandlerize this guy. I already know. maybe we need to just alter the balance of the Pro MB so it feels like different microphones in the section, okay? Let's try that.
Walking on a wave, she came, staring as she called my name, and I can't get it out of my head.
Okay, well, this could be limited though. Let me try that again. I have an idea here. Not on the chorus, but on retro EQ. Man, this thing's gonna nail it. I know.
Staring as she called my name.
I'm cutting everything down and I'm taking some presence and we're gonna bump it up.
Staring as she called my name, and I can't.
You hear? We don't really need to hear that much, just a little bit.
Staring as she called my name.
Okay, this is too much. And maybe a little bit more of this so it feels farther away.
Staring as she called my name, and I can't.
I would say this is pretty much in the ballpark. I'm gonna keep moving. The chorus, did we do the chorus? Yeah, okay. This has to feel smooth.
And I can't get it out of my head. I can't get it.
Okay, so this needs to be more than that. Oh, hear this thing, how nice that. But we need to pump it up. So I'm gonna do it from the start, like from the input of this. Do we have an input knob? No. Okay. Well, I'm gonna bump it anyway from here. Doesn't matter.
And I can't get it out of my head. I can't get it out of my head. My old world is gone for dead, and I can't get it out of my head. Breakdown.
Okay, we need a little bit now less what is it? The repeats? Yes, less. And we need to take a little bit of the reverbs in because this is chorus. But I'm getting there. This is fun.
And I can't get it out of my head. I can't get it out of my head. My old world is gone for dead, and I can't get it out of my head.
I have this idea it could work.
And I can't get it out of my head. I can't get it out of my head. My old world is gone for dead, and I can't.
Wait, what? No, that's fine. I want to keep it. I was almost right. You hear how I'm building it by going into other things that were not supposed to be kind of used? Okay, we got backings and then I'm done. Then we continue it next week.
And I can't get it out of my head. I can't get it out of my head. My old world is gone for dead, and I can't get it out of.
I'm thinking he recorded pretty much the same things, so we're gonna be brutal, but I'm gonna Fairchild it. Actually, no, I'm not gonna Fairchild it. We're going to. I have one shot, one opportunity. I know you said that. Do we go? Yeah, no, let's go VQ4 for this. Let's go VQ3. You know what? We go VQ3 on both of them. Ready? If we get it, this is insane. If we don't care. It's fine anyway.
And I can't get it out of my head. I can't get it out of my
as well. I want this.
My whole world is gone for dead, and I can't get.
Wow, so we're not getting input? Wow, that's why probably. Okay, let's crank this. 3-3. We're going. It works. Don't worry.
Can't get it out of my head. I can't get it out of my head. My whole world is gone for dead, and I can't get it out. Can't get it out of my head. I can't get it out of my head. My whole world is gone for dead, and I can't get.
Okay, I'm using these again on the whole backings. Same vibe.
Can't get it out of my head. I can't get it out of my head. My whole world is gone for dead, and I can't get it out of my head.
You know what I was thinking? Each time we hit the CPU at 512, it's the end of the session. This is becoming kind of like how to mix. Whenever you max out a CPU, you're done for the session. Okay, man, I love this. I like this a lot. This is really working itself into it. And I think I just want to do this kind of like a very, very mild here. That's it. Let's try that.
Can't get it out of my head. I can't get it out of my head. My whole world is gone for dead.
I'm keeping it. I know I'm tired. I know I cannot make very final adjustments and things like that. It's okay. I'm gonna keep it here. It feels good. It's all I need for now. And so thank you very much for this one. I am just gonna say that if you just, wanna know what I do, check my Patreon. The links are there. These live streams are possible because people like you are supporting these. We have fun. We do this for the heart, and I think this is what matters, people. So if you want to jump aboard, you will be most welcome, and I appreciate anything you do. So thank you very much again. I'm gonna send the titles. Exactly. I heard you. Ciao.